Most golden retriever owners believe they know exactly what their dog does when they leave the house. They imagine the same thing. The dog walks around a little, maybe drinks some water, then curls up somewhere and sleeps until they come back. But cameras inside homes have revealed something very different. Because the moment the door closes, some dogs begin reacting within minutes, and golden retrievers in particular often experience something deeper than simple boredom. For many of them, the moment you leave the house isn't just a quiet moment in the day. It can feel like their entire world just walked out the door. And the strange part is, when you finally come back home, your golden retriever greets you like nothing unusual happened at all. Tail wagging, happy, excited, as if the last few hours were completely normal. But what actually happens in your golden retriever's mind while you're gone might surprise you. The 3-minute rule. In 2010, researchers at the University of Milan installed cameras inside homes to observe what dogs do after their owners leave. What they discovered was surprisingly consistent. On average, vocalization, barking, whining, or howling began about 3 minutes and 15 seconds after the owner left. Destructive behavior often started within 7 minutes. 7 minutes! That's how long it can take before shoes, cushions, or furniture become targets. But here's something interesting. Not all dogs react the same, and when we talk about golden retrievers, their reaction often has a different emotional layer, because goldens were bred for something very specific. Not guarding, not independence. They were bred to work side by side with humans for hours, watching them, following them, reading their signals, which means over generations they developed something rare in the dog world, an unusually deep emotional connection with people. Sunny's destruction phase. When my golden retriever Sunny was a puppy, leaving the house could feel like a gamble, because when we came back, the house sometimes looked like a small tornado had passed through it. Table legs, chair legs, corners of the sofa, trash cans, even parts of the garden. Nothing seemed completely safe. At the time, we assumed the same thing most dog owners assume. Maybe she was bored. Maybe she had too much energy. Maybe she was just being mischievous. But when researchers actually watch dogs through cameras while their owners are gone, a different story begins to appear. What looks like boredom is often stress, and for golden retrievers, that stress can be deeply emotional, because they don't just enjoy being around people, they genuinely prefer experiencing life with their humans. New places, new smells, new people, physical contact, interaction, adventure. Golden retrievers love it all, so when the human leaves, sometimes it doesn't feel like waiting. Sometimes it feels like being left out of the adventure. Before we continue, I'm curious about something. What does your golden retriever do when you leave the house? Do they destroy things, sleep peacefully, or follow you everywhere until the very last second? Let me know in the comments, because the answer might reveal something interesting about your dog's personality. The stress cycle. When researchers analyzed hours of camera footage from dogs left alone, they noticed something fascinating. After the first burst of barking or scratching at the door, many dogs become quiet. From the outside, it looks like they calmed down, but physiologically, they didn't. Heart rate remains elevated, panting increases, and instead of settling completely, many dogs enter a cycle of stress spikes. Every 20 to 30 minutes, activity increases again. Movement, restlessness, sometimes vocalization, then silence again. Then another spike later, which means the quiet house many owners return to doesn't always mean the dog was calm. It simply means the stress changed form. The dogs that seem fine. Now compare that to dogs without separation stress. In one study from the Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences, dogs were left alone for several hours while being recorded. These dogs spent about 97% of their time resting quietly, lying down, sleeping, occasionally checking their water bowl. Not distressed, not pacing, just calm. So why do some dogs struggle while others relax? Surprisingly, it's not mainly about breed, and it's rarely just genetics. The biggest factor is something much more subtle: expectation. Dogs know you're leaving before you do. Most owners think the stress begins when the door closes, but dogs often start reacting before you even leave, because dogs are incredible pattern detectors. They learn your departure routine. picking up your keys, putting on your shoes, checking your phone, looking at the clock. After hundreds of mornings, those small actions become signals. Your dog learns exactly what they mean. You're about to leave. That's why some dogs suddenly follow their owners from room to room before departure. They're not just being clingy, they're reacting to a prediction they already made. Why Goldens feel it more. Golden Retrievers add something special to this story. For many dogs, the owner leaving is inconvenient. For a Golden Retriever, it can feel like their entire world just walked out the door. Goldens are one of the most socially driven dog breeds ever developed. They thrive on interaction. Eye contact, touch, attention, connection. And many Golden owners notice something funny over time. Their dog doesn't just behave like a dog. Sometimes they behave like they believe they are part of the human group itself. They want to go everywhere with you, meet every person, explore every place, experience everything together. Golden Retrievers aren't just dogs. In many ways, they behave like an extension of their owners. And sometimes I joke that Sunny probably doesn't even think she's a dog. She probably thinks she's just a very furry human. Sunny today. Today, Sunny behaves very differently when we leave the house. Instead of destroying things, she quietly walks to a corner in my office, the place where I usually work, and she lies down there. We monitor her through a camera on our phones, and what surprised me the most is how little she moves. She doesn't play, she doesn't explore the house, she just stays there quietly. Even if other members of the family are still home, if I'm the one who left, something about the house changes for her. It's almost like the emotional center of her world temporarily disappeared. The emotional synchronization. Researchers have discovered something remarkable about dogs and their owners. Their stress levels can actually synchronize. In one study from Linköping University in Sweden, scientists measured long-term cortisol levels in both dogs and their owners, and the results showed a clear pattern: stressed owner, stressed dog; calm owner, calm dog. Even more interesting, the owner's stress predicted the dog's stress more strongly than the other way around, which means dogs are constantly reading the emotional environment around them, and breeds like Golden Retrievers are especially sensitive to it. The quiet dog problem. Sometimes the most concerning dog is the one that appears perfectly calm. Psychologists call this learned helplessness. When animals experience stress they cannot control, their brain eventually stops trying to react. They become quiet, passive, still. From the outside, it looks like acceptance, but neurologically, it means something very different. The brain simply stops expecting the situation to change, which is why a quiet dog isn't always a relaxed dog. What actually helps? The pet industry offers many solutions for separation anxiety: pheromone diffusers, calming supplements, special jackets, leaving the TV on. But the strongest scientific evidence supports something much simpler: gradual exposure, leaving for a few seconds, then returning, touching the door handle, then sitting back down, repeating the sequence enough times that the dog's brain updates its prediction. You leave, you come back, nothing bad happens. Over time, that pattern can change the emotional response. After decades of research and thousands of hours of camera footage, scientists have learned something fascinating. Some dogs wait calmly, some experience cycles of stress, some go quiet in ways that look peaceful but aren't. But almost none of them are reacting to boredom. They're reacting to the temporary absence of the person their nervous system has bonded with. And for Golden Retrievers, that bond can be incredibly strong, because for many Goldies, their owner isn't just part of their life. From their perspective, their owner is their life. If this video helped you understand your Golden Retriever a little better, consider subscribing and tell me in the comments, does your Golden follow you everywhere before you leave the house? Because if they do, there's a fascinating reason behind that behavior, and we'll explore it in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next videos.